Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to.
Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga.
And gentlemen, we're glad to have you here inside the Divine Light Academy. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. As we bring you the 6th game for today's schedule featuring JL Mini Hoops versus IMUS Hoop Love. Now let's meet the starters from both teams, beginning with JL Mini Hoops. Number 11, Notch Lawson. Number 17, Jello Lugo. Number 28, Gio Cornejo. Number 88, Rehan Locanwala. And number 4, Mendoza. Now let's meet the starters from your IMUS Hoop Love. Number 2, Christian Barosa. Number 4, Wayne Weber. Number 5, David Bedmaferte. Number 11, Kyle Ruto. And number 26, Mark Kamadog. Once again, this is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 2, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino.
We welcome you to the 6th match ng ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket Tournament. It is JL Mini Hoops going up against IMUS Lab IMUS Hoop Lab in the 17 under division. Dito lamang yan sa Divine Light Academy at Las Piñas. My name is Hans Galeria. Joined by me is Charles Beichong. That's going to be the first tip para sa JL Mini Hoops, and that is going to be a miss. We're bumping things up in the age bracket. It's the 17 under now.
From 12 and under division, now 17 under, ang layo ng tinalon natin. No? Dito makikita na natin yung raw na talent pero nandoon na. The potential, nandoon na.
And that is going to be a shot finally made a little quickly para sa kanilang kupunan. Immediately providing some impact ang kanyang members sa ngayon. And then it's gonna be Lauzon getting his first points in this game.
Nudge Lauzon driving baseline, attacking the gap, saw the opening.
I believe they're currently stepping on the line, which only means one thing, another turnover for them. Tila mabilisan ang kanilang atake dito. Kamanag wearing number 51, also getting his first 2 points in this matchup. Now they look to proceed. A slight bump, a soft sell would be more than enough for them to claim another possession.
That's Colsina Coloma absorbing the contact. Selling that one perfectly, pero meron din naman talaga kasing pagbaba ng shoulder.
Yep. It was more than enough for them. A 3 underway. Comes up short. Mendoza with the rebound. They look to rush for a bit. Now here's Lauzon being a bit more careful with his stakes. That's a turnover committed. Rumaragasa ang IMUS. Weber. Or Werner, rather. Looks for a 3, and that goes in.
I initially thought the decision to drop it down was a bad one. Pero kung gano'n naman pala magiging resulta, bakit naman hindi?
Coloma pushes through with a 3. He's looking to extend his scoring streak to 5.
5 straight points for Coloma. This time, mas malapit.
A 3. And then a 2 habang sa kabila naman. It was Mendoza that will be called for a foul that will place him in the line. Medyo mabilis ang ikot ng mga tao sa ngayon. Mendoza is the only person or player mula sa JL Mini Hoops that has scored all 4 points para sa Blue Shirts. Kind of converting it already. Now they find Kamanag again.
Great creation. Yung penetration doon ng kanyang kakampi and then dropping it down low the last second. Attracting the defense first, making him commit.
Coloma unable to finish, but Werner was there to finish it off.
Again, always assume that your teammate's gonna miss. But when the opportunity for an offensive rebound for an offensive rebound presents itself, you're there.
Another visit to the line ang gagawin itong JL Mini Hoops, but let me correct myself. They're gonna call
Baseline
it
inbound lang.
as a baseline inbound, even though there were some signs of them initiating. Well, they look to proceed. They leave it for Lauzon, and that's another foul. So Lauzon has been doing a good job in fishing fouls in like the first 4 minutes ng ating laban.
At that time, nakababa, nakita niya yung kamay ng bumabantay sa kanya, nakababa. Hindi rin nakaset yung tuhod.
Looking to run yet again. Here goes an attack. Coloma's not gonna put it to work. Brady pass. Patungo sa kabila. Somebody had to take it, and the suffocating defense starts to begin. Unable to convert. Kamanag with the rebound.
Medyo shaky pa yung opensa nitong JL Mini Hoops dito, but the first quarter for these young men, medyo feel out quarter pa lang naman yan. So we'll see kung makukuha ba nila yung rhythm nila. Minsan pag nakashoot ka na or nakakuha ka ng stop and then you convert, that's where you get your rhythm and your momentum going.
Kailangan lang talaga na merong isang pumasok specifically for other players than Lauzon, because Lauzon is the only one who has scored for JL Mini Hope so far, but they can't even get an attempt into the basket.
Masyado mataas yung pasa.
Now Wemer, not called for a traveling violation, but turns the ball over anyway. Ito naman, naiwan yung bola. And Lauzon finding his footing, all 6 points para kay Naj.
Naj Lauzon, great fake, and then the step through, yung pivot, pivot foot niya, hindi niya inalis.
They look to go. A contested 3 will not work. Takbuhan na naman sila ngayon. Milan chooses left. Leaves it for a friend. A 2 has been successful. That's 4 straight points para sa JL Mini Hoops. Garcia wrap up his first 2 points, and JL Mini Hoops down by just 3. This has just been 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. They will still continue to proceed. A 4-0 run by JL Mini Hoops has propelled them to be down by just 3. Yet they will still go for it. An attack was there. And there was a point na hindi makapaniwala itong si Locandwala that he was fouled. But either way, it's Werner going ahead.
He went straight up. His body went straight up. Kaso yung kamay niya, pagkatama sa kanya, pagkatama sa dibdib niya, bumaba. Kaya napatawag, napapito ang ating referees.
Werner misses on the first. Still a 3-point advantage, but he converts on the second para paangatin ang kanyang scoring output to 3 points. Full court press. This is also what the 15 under division kanina sa SM South Mall did to claim victory over Infinite Basketball. Now the 17 under division, they may not get them a bit easy, but that was so much easier for them to convert as another foul is called this time against Jacob Argente.
Again, the creation netong the activity on offense netong IMUS Hoop Lab. Sasalaksak, aantayin mag-commit yung depensa, and then ibabagsak doon sa kakampi. For the bigs, itong IMUS, hindi rin naman nila pinapabayaan yung mga kampi nila na maipit sa depensa. Talagang kumakat din, pumwepesto doon sa dunker spot para may bailout.
Speaking of bailout, they got out of that one. Here's an opening, but you're gonna have to convert that. Point blank range, mintis. Itong tira ni Jake Lindo. Kamanag thought about it. Doing an extra step, and what nastiness mula kay Kamanag.
Using that side step to elude the defense. Medyo Pinoy step na nga yun ng konti. Papaangatin mo yung depensa.
That's another foul called against IMUS sa puntong ito, which already brings them into the penalty situation. So Kyle Ruto, from what we're looking at in the screen, is already going back to the bench. And a free throw will be converted by JL Mini Hoops. That's Villanueva's first point.
Medyo mabagal yung ating first quarter compared dun sa laro natin kanina, or baka dun sa mga laro nyo kanina, Hans, dun sa kabila, sa South Mall. Maybe this is one of the longer first quarters that you've experienced.
Because there's a lot of fouls. Like there's so much going on the defensive end. Kasi okay lang kung magbinti sila parehas ng kabilaan eh. But if those fouls happen continuously, it makes it difficult for them to build up momentum. Thus, what I was saying, another turnover para sa IMUS here.
Speaking of fouls, I kinda understand why etong dalawang teams natin ay nasa penalty na. Yung age kasi na yan, medyo agresibo ka pa eh. Diba? Gusto mo magpasiklab ka na coach, sa mga nanonood, sa pamilya mo. Kaya pag sinabing dumepensa ka, medyo overzealous. Tend to be overly aggressive, resulting into fouls.
There it goes again. It was the right intention so far, just not the best execution for them there, as itong si Lindo, pass was too high for him to reach. Now Werner going for the mid-range jumper. Still won't go. Kabila naman tayo. Werner again is there. The bench counting on the shot clock in case they don't see a three. Won't go. And finally, they get it across. Argente wants to throw it, and IMUS wants to set their defense.
You know what confuses me? Hindi naman malaki yung height disparity, kumbaga proportion naman eh. Pero yun lang talaga, yung rebounding situation, so far nanalo ang IMUS Hoop Lab. Pero kung size advantage lang, height advantage, wala naman tayong masasabing may malaking disparity sa height.
Just less than a minute to go. Looking for some space here. Milan chooses to turn around, leave it open. They have to find the shot here. 5 seconds remaining. They're gonna do that. That was a bailout shot, successful para kay Jello Lugo.
Nowhere to go. Puts it up. Great composure. Hindi minadali rin yung tira.
Coloma misses. 30 seconds remaining. Now Lauzon Has to be aware of the back but not aware of the stealer. All the way for two is Coloma.
Look at the activity again by IMUS Hoop Lab. Kahit sumamplay si Coloma doon, merong dalawa pa siyang kampe na walang bantay doon sa kabilang dulo.
Right on cue was Werner getting his 5th point in this game. JL Mini Hoops needs to talk things over with 10.5 to go. There's a frustrated side of things mula sa kanila sa ngayon. And you're looking at the development on the other side as the teams are trying to sort something out.
Meron pa ring diskusyonan. Mamaya alamin natin kung
Oo nga eh.
bakit ba.
Gusto ko din malaman yan eh, para mas lalo din akong ano eh.
Tsaka para mapaliwanag din natin sa
Yup.
ating mga viewers why there is a lull.
Sa tingin mo, ako feeling ko
Baka sa timeout,
pwede. Ay, hindi eh. Sila yung tumawag ng timeout eh. Yung JL ang
kasi
tumawag
may
ng
narinig
timeout.
akong malakas na sinabi kanina na timeout. So maybe, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
We can only speculate.
Here we go. What is it going to be like? Okay, so there's a technical foul.
And proper bench decorum.
Yeah, that is awarded to the coaching staff. And to be fair, you know, there's some checking on the head coach of IMUS mula sa kanya mga kasama dahil sobrang importante na ma-maintain niya yung composure niya because his team is doing great.
Yep. You don't want JL Mini Hoops. If you're a IMUS Hoop Lab, you don't want JL Mini Hoops to get any kind of momentum on their side. See, this is just a 7-point lead. Far from over.
And now both teams are going back once again. And there's going to be a timeout called by JL. We will be back as this is the longest 10.5 seconds of our lives ever. Seconds to go. This is them now rushing again. They're finding some piece of momentum here. Villar fakes, shoots and scores.
Great patience on the shot by Villar, making the defender commit, getting him up in the air. Wala nang bantay pagkatapos doon.
And the little moment of momentum para sa kanila, it was then 11-20, now make it 15-20. It is a 5-point advantage ng IMUS Suplab. Play action continues here at the Divine Light Academy at Las Piñas para sa inyong Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League. It is a 5-point advantage ng IMUS, but the leaders will be kicking things off with an offensive foul on that screen.
Earlier you saw noong first quarter, IMUS Suplab starting out strong. Medyo naging shaky yung opensa ng JL Mini Hoops, but a couple of stops and a couple of baskets made them regain momentum.
And from tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a moment or celebrating a win, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic make every meal a magic moment, and that is magic that continues para sa JL as another pointers scores.
Great cut to the middle sa 12-footer na yon.
That would still be another bucket for them to slowly pick up the pace in this game. Napakaganda ng pinapakita ng JL Mini Hoops over the last 5 minutes ng ating laban, carrying their momentum from the first quarter. That's gonna be another miss.
He was wide open, Coloma, and he hit one earlier, so hindi ka naman magugulat kung bakit tinira niya yon. Hindi ka rin magagalit na sumablay.
So parang lumipas lang ng konti. The last pointer was Mayor, wearing number 15 for JL Mini Hoops here. They would love to continue to build up on the momentum that they have. It's just that it's gonna be a little harder for them to do that. But momentum is all in their favor. Can they continue? Here's Lozon again. Can't find the cutting. At the back, Lozon is fouled once more.
Forcing the referees to blow their whistle. That swipe. Magkasing laki naman kayo ni Lozon. You can just, you know, put your hands up straight.
Oo.
Kahit nga hindi ka na tumalon eh. You know, if you make the offensive player alter his shot, change his shot, that's as good as a block.
Di man kasama sa stats, no? But still, a very significant change to what is about to happen. But I would say that it's still a solid foul, given na wala naman siya nabasok na tira at the free throw
Turns
line.
out it was a good foul.
There's a push towards getting that rebound. So babalik ang bola. And Rutos also coming back. Werner's here as well. Kamanag gives it to Werner for 3. Masyadong malakas. Werner take 2. And that goes in. And he doesn't miss twice.
The trust on Werner from his teammates is just on another level. He just needed a reload. Alam nila, kilala nila yung kampi nila, pumupukol to.
Leading all scorers with 8 points now is Wayne Werner. Pero nawala ang bola. Still gets to retrieve it. Bodies on the floor now. It would still maintain possession. And that is a lot of activity from Mayor and the other player, but it will still stay with Christian Barosa and the rest of IMUS. Or should I say it won't? Right? It's supposed to say with IMUS. Or I will stand corrected yet again. It's going to the side of JL Mini Hoops here. Some sort of confusion happening. But they are not confused about getting that ball across. Villar. Ball got stolen away. Several white shirts running for the ball. That's going to be a foul. Ruto goes to the line for 2.
Courageous drive, no, strong drive. Absorbing the contact. Not being phased even though you give up, what, 4 or 5 inches of height. Tinago yung bola pag angat
Minsan kasi pag may buwelo ka na, kahit
mas malaki pa yan. Parang ikaw lang yan, Hans, sa
Ako ba yan?
Dasma Hoops.
Hindi ako yan.
Kahit mas malaki yung mabantay sa'yo, basta nakaangat ka na, wala nang problema yun. Kaliwete ka pa.
Minsan lang naman akong bumuelo. Pero si Ruto kasi, lagi siyang bumubuelo At dahil dun, nakakuha siya ng 2 free throws. Kumpara sa mga papapis natin, isang free throw lang. Pasa na naman sa ilalim. That time it was swatted away. IMUS able to set up their defense.
Ayun naman ang ginagawa ng IMUS kanina. Disrupting the offense of JL Mini Hoops, forcing turnovers. 1 crack at the basket lang kanina, etong JL.
Itong sila Kandwala can't seem to find an opening. And it was stuck with their respective guard, which means that James Cornejo will be the one committing the turnover.
You weren't aware that the shot clock was winding down. That's court awareness for you.
Barosa bumping bodies with everybody. And there it goes. Mendoza retrieves possession. Mayor running with the ball. Looks to attack. That time all you had to do was stand up.
Natuto na si Almirez.
Ruto again had to adjust in midair. There's another scramble. And there's been a lot of that on this side of the floor.
Kanina, nung first quarter, nakikita natin IMUS Hoop Lab. Kapag ka may creation yung kakampi, pagka merong salaksak, meron agad na nadadrapan ng bola. Ngayon parang wala Kita mo, hinahagi si Ruto kanina. He had to adjust mid-air. But earlier, makikita kung napansin mo, merong drop pass agad yon.
Look at this, an attack yet again. Mendoza puts the 2.
Unfazed by the defense of the lanky Almirez.
That was Mendoza getting something for himself yet again. Talagang inuunti-unti kanilang kupunan sa pagkakataong ito, but they can't commit those kinds of errors. They're now being asked to formulate one stop as JL Mini Hoops. Hindi sila nagpapatinag dito Hindi nila hinahayaan na lumagpas sa 10 yung kalamangan nila as another turnover commences. They give it back to Lakandwala and finally gets in the paint and it finally lands the 2 points.
When you're a big and then you get a steal, bigay mo muna sa kampi mo. Sigurado babalik sa'yo yan. Just run to the rim.
Now there's just a 4-point lead for them. A rejection mula kay Lakandwala says bank is closed today. Gets another possession and another foul, and you love to see a big man running.
rewarding himself. You can remember, siya yung naka-steal kanina, binigay niya sa kakampi niya, tumakbo, nabalik sa kanya. Ngayon naman, pagbalik, siya yung nakaabutata, tumakbo pa rin. Hindi niya in-expect na, hindi, papasok na yan. Kundi, baka sumablay to, makuha ko, may offensive rebound. Ayun na nga nangyari. Nabigyan pa ng foul yung sumabay sa kanya.
You'll never know what's about to happen next, but for Lokandwala, that's a miss. The first, but a make on the second to cut the lead down to just 3 points. Lokandwala continues to provide a huge amount of impact in this battle, but then there will be some sort of stoppage. As Lokandwala is committed for the foul.
That's his second personal foul, or third personal foul rather. Dahil, yun nga, you're the tallest player on the floor. Hindi mo na kailangang ibaba yung kamay mo. Ay, yun naman yung sinabi sa kanya ng head coach niya nung bumalik siya sa bench. Inangat lang niya yung kamay niya. Iangat lang niya yung kamay niya. Kasi sigurado, mapapahirapan niya na yung titira nun eh.
Barosa makes 2 for 2. That is also his first 2 points, and without Lokandwala's presence, medyo mahihirapan sila upon their interior defense and offense. But for Milan, it basically gives us more space to run. And look at the space created by Lindo. Just a traveling violation, I think. Oh wait, no.
That's a foul.
It's a foul. Works for them.
That's going to be a foul on Radcliffe De Los Reyes. You know, when you are going to help on defense, don't swing your arm. Kasi ando na nga, kaya nga help. Para hindi mapilitan foul etong yung naiwan na kakampi mo. Pero kung pa-foul ka lang din, kind of defeats the purpose of your help.
Masasayang eh, yung effort, and you don't want that to happen. Now Ruto looks to find somebody. Coloma some room. Can't get anything from the net. Mendoza slows things down, then speeds it up. I believe that was the second time Lindo has asked for it, but he needs to be ready upon receiving it also.
Medyo mataas din yung pasa kay Lindo. It was far back.
But hey, they retrieved themselves immediately. Lindo stuck between 3 defenders. Mendoza shoots off. Dalawang JL Mini Hoops players ang nagkarambola dun. Now they go to Ruto. Soft touch. Won't go. Mendoza is fouled. And if this is penalty, which they still aren't, or they are, that means 2 free throws. At dito nakakabawi pa unti-unti yung JL.
That's frustration on the side of IMUS Hoop Lab. They missed a shot. Tapos na-rebound ng kalaban. 3 silang nandoon. Tapi ka ng bola. Subukuhanin mo agad ulit eh.
And I don't know if you heard it, Charles. You probably did.
Yep. I-kick out niya daw. Naruto having to hear some sweet nothings from his head coach.
And Charles, we are all tied up at 26. Yung trabaho ng JL Mini Hoops to equalize the match has already happened. It's gonna be a matter of how they will be able to take the lead or stay in this space. As another turnover is there, almost. There was a throw, but not enough angle to get it to Barosa. Turnover for IMUS. Here's Milan, who came off the bench, but, you know, seemed to be one of the more stable defenders for them. Lindo can't get it. Second try, and now JL has the lead.
JL Mini Hoops Lindo. Just, the second effort, no? Hindi pumasok yung una, did not give up on the play. still try to regain the possession.
Ruto kicks it out. The three goes in and out. Here's Barosa. And one for the big boy at the bottom.
Great fake. Then the spin, the step through. Absorb the contact. Ang lapad din naman kasi niya.
He's not the tallest on the floor, but he's the biggest when he moves. Itong si Christian Barosa, who converts 3 for 3 upon his free throw visits. Lindo goes back to the bench. This will mean more of them are going to be activated. The attack continues. What a defensive possession. Barosa tosses. Careless pass. He's going to bring it back for them. Milan, nakita sa ilalim. An open two for the opening ng JL Mini Hoops.
It's just great defense on the side of JL Mini Hoops and better execution on offense in transition.
Milan finds Lauzon, and they will continue as another commotion happens again. We're trying to figure out what it is, what is going on.
Kanina, yung unang technical foul, it's the uniform of the head coach. Dapat daw puti.
And I wonder what it is now. Dahil ngayon, parang mas involved lalo ang coach nitong JL Mini Hoops. So, both are trying to figure out how to de-escalate the situation. Itong ating mga officials putting in a lot more work than usual just to facilitate the game that has been close from the jump.
The referee, syempre, itong mga to, 17 and under division. You want to always make the right verdict, always make the right call. But of course, it's never gonna happen. There is no perfect officiating. Sila naman nagsasabi niyan eh. Hindi perfect yung tawag nila, but of course, they want that to be perfect, no? To be accurate.
With 49.36 seconds to go, it has been such a close battle between these two teams. There was once a time na nagkaroon ng full court press itong IMUS, and they separated themselves within 7 or 8 points. And then after that, it was JL fighting back na hindi nga natin napansin na tabla na pala yung laban.
The offense of IMUS Hoop Lab became shaky noong last 2 minutes noong first quarter.
Trying to figure out what it is too. Even, I believe one of the team owners are already close to our referees. And there is also another technical foul para naman sa JL Mini Hoops. I'm wondering what this is all about. Our referees are trying to explain it.
Mamaya malalaman natin. Ay tatanong ko yan sa ating Commissioner's Table.
Maraming salamat, courtside reporter Charles Bechong.
Mamaya, ikaw naman mag-interview, di ba? Palitan lang
pwede
tayo.
naman.
Palitan lang tayo.
Double agent is life. But that was a miss from Barosa. Oh, that time, just to miss that free throw. It would have been really important for them heading out.
Could have given them the lead.
Ruto tosses it outside. Barosa can't handle it.
It was a risky pass by Ruto. Just past half court.
Garcia to Mayor. Short. Garcia tries again. Nope. But look at somebody down low. That was safely delivered.
Kanina, nabanggit ko na yung rebounding situation nitong dalawang teams natin, angat na angat itong IMUS Hoop Lab. Pero down the stretch, yung JL Mini Hoops, nagising na yung mga malalaki na kailangan nating rebound.
That was Lauzon, Werner combining with just 2.9 seconds remaining. Doesn't have enough time.
They did not know. Hindi nila alam na paubos na yung oras.
Unaware of the time, which, by the way, isn't really a lot. This would still put us at a deadlock for 20 minutes of action. JL Mini Hoops and IMUS Hoop Lab are all tied at 32 points apiece. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a moment or simply enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment, and you are still watching Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket Tournament. And from the looks of it, it is still a deadlock after the first 20 minutes of action between JL Mini Hoops and IMUS Hoop Lab. It is still Hans Galeria and Charles Bay Chong delivering you the action here at the Divine Light Academy. There seems to be a newfound level of intensity as Lacanduala checking back into this ball game. Pero medyo malamig pa.
That's just the trust of the head coach of JL Mini Hoops on Lacanduala. He knows that he already has 3 personal fouls, pero yung mga ganyan, i-challenge mo yung player mo eh. Na, sige, kahit 3 personal fouls ka, maglaro ka pa din, ingatan mo yung depensa mo. From there, you will learn.
At nakadepende rin kasi sa kanya yan eh, no? If he can't take care of his fouls in this third quarter, then they might not see action. And obviously, bilang isang mga lalaro, that's what you want. Pero doon naman sa kabila, a 3 rolls in para kay Werner, who's been the leading scorer of IMUS. Look at the contact, Mayor! Fighting through and fighting back.
Mayor just absorbing the contact. May mga ganong players yung kagaya ni Chog Moral, alam mo yun, Hans, yung kailangan muna may contact para makuha yung balanse.
Kasi medyo off balance sila in general eh. Oh, what a turn. What a shot and what a make. This time galing naman yan kay Milan.
Going to the right, spinning to the left, one-hander, basic.
So Lauzon gets a rebound and they will slowly pick up the pace. Lauzon and Mayor commits too much time. A turnover para dito sa JL Mini Hoops. Lauzon so far is the only player in double figures para sa JL. Looking to take composure in what they would want to have. Ruto executing the play. Werner na naman. Can't seem to graze that rim. And that's a shot clock violation para sa IMUS.
That's a good sight to see for IMUS Hoop Lab. Alam nila kaka-score lang, kakapukol lang ng tres ito ni Werner. Hinanap ulit. But that time, medyo matagal yung pag-set nila ng opensa. Kailangan na madaliin ni Werner yung tira.
That will still be okay for them moving forward. It's just that it's neck and neck here at the Divine Light Academy. And that's another steal. Coloma tends to turn on the Jets. Not called for a backcourt violation. Ruto still has time. Ruto misses. Palo na ng bola ngayon, and that is gonna be an opening. What a shot and what a block. Multiple possessions saved by Coloma. Atake na naman sila ulit. Speeding up the tempo and Werner gets two.
They had the numbers. It was a 3-on-2 situation. Definitely kapag may sumablay doon, mas mataas yung opportunity na kayo pa ulit ang makakuha.
Locandwala misses. They're asking to have their hands up. And that line was crossed by Lauzon. More discipline being inserted here by IMUS. Ruto having a 3-point advantage. A 3 on the way. Won't go. Werner right there to pick up the pieces. Ruto, some room. Won't go again. A third chance for them to score will be extended even more.
That's just frustrating on the side of JL Mini Hoops. Nakasabay na kayo dun sa rebounding battle Especially noong second quarter. Tapos ngayon, ganun na naman yung nangyayari. So sustainability, or consistency rather, not sustainability. Consistency is going to be a big factor here, especially on the rebounding department.
Comes up short. That's going to be a pickup. At least, even with those 3 chances, wala pa rin na-shoot itong IMUS. That's a good sign para sa JL Mini Hoops. But they can convert on that. Mayor, he cannot deny that also.
You can't pick up the dribble, lift your feet, or jump and have nowhere to go.
Unfortunately, napindot ang triangle. So JL Mini Hoops is gonna have to talk things through. IMUS still has a 3-point lead. Back in action we go. Still a 3-point lead from what we're currently looking at. Makes things a bit more aggressive. That ball will go to Locandwala. Bringing the ball down. May konting buelo. Gives it to a friend. Mendoza shoots. Mendoza fades and scores.
One bump, fading away, tough shot. Mendoza still knocking it down.
Now it's JL. Separated by a point from IMUS. Make that 3 again. As there's a big guy waiting but down low.
Credit to have the basket from Turuto.
Almirez now with 4. And that is another. What a block.
Get that weak stuff out of here, says Almirez.
Now they're shooting 2 free throws. Almirez was called for a foul.
Oh, it was a foul. But great timing though,
Yeah.
for
I agree.
Almirez.
I have to agree. It's just that for Nino Garcia, he has to make the most out of this. And he got a point out of it, which is better than nothing, but you could have wanted the 2, of course. Still, a single possession of a ball game. It has always been like that for majority of this 3rd quarter. Now here's another attack. Won't go. Mendoza picking it up. Ruto can't do anything about it.
There was no big guy on the side of IMUS Hoop Lab na nando doon sa play na yon.
Well, they look for an attack. Almirez wanted to proceed. And that's a traveling violation on Almirez. When he saw the open lane, pero
Shuffled his
nanggigil,
feet.
yeah.
Shuffled his feet before he made a move. Got too excited. Gantong edad kasi wala pa masyado sa isip ng mga players yung read and react. Kumbaga pagtanggap, bago mo pa matanggap yung bola, alam mo na yung gagawin mo.
Mendoza finding a friend. Now here's a potential shot from Cornejo. Settles, shoots, doesn't score. Still all tied up at 41 we are. Oh, they kick it out. Turuto, 3 on the way. Off to the left. That's another block.
Uh-oh.
And that is a foul. Para kay Locandwala, and he already know where he's going.
It happened right in front of the referee. So, tinulak niya eh. That's his 4th personal foul. Pero hindi pa rin siya hindi pa rin yata siya ilalabas.
This is dangerous now. Just imagine how things are gonna be like. Werner misses on it. Locandwala will now get the foul in his favor. So that's gonna help him out.
But he's gonna be subbed out. Not surprised actually.
Para makasiguro lang that we'll still see him.
Wala na, isa na lang eh.
In the 4th quarter, you don't want a risk to happen. Cornejo with a difficult shot. Mendoza, traveling violation. Too much steps towards that gather.
Kakuha niya. Nakita niya merong kalaban sa harap. Medyo na rattle.
All 41. Putting on a rise here. It's the full court press of the team. Now Ruto rallying through traffic. Only with 8 seconds remaining in the shot clock. There's a find. And there is a foul against Lindo.
That's frustrating on the side of JL Mini Hoops. Imagine playing great defense during almost the entirety of the shot clock, and then by the last 4 seconds you commit a foul.
This is Werner coming through for a pointer, and IMUS Hoop Lab is back at the driver's seat. Wayne Werner, the leading scorer of this team with 16 points. You can make that 17 as Ruto goes back to base. And Salinas joining in on the party here late in the third. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass. Now Werner, what a move. Unable to find something.
Could have used his right hand after that spin.
Now the attack continues. Lindo with a soft touch. It will not go. Just tosses it into the air. And Almirez makes him run for it. Fades, evades. Won't go for the shot.
That's a sorry miss coming from Adrian Santiaguel.
And the turnover will be returned. Salinas, here's redemption, and that is an end one para sa IMUS at para kay Santiaguel.
Not sure if it was the best decision for Salinas na ibigay pa yon kay Santiaguel, pero kung gano'n naman yung nangyari, yun yung mga no, okay, moments for the head coaches.
I would say na para siyang sige nga, bawi ka. Wintis
Pero medyo risky kasi
Oh, yeah.
may defender na napapunta na humabol eh.
Turned out for the best for them so far. Almirez gets another two, and IMUS slowly pulling away here in the third.
Naging 4-point play pa.
Now here's Villar. Tossing it right back. And that was a foul awarded to IMUS.
It's Sean Salinas getting called for it. Got beat on defense. Sumundot.
Mayor proceeds with an attack, a difficult one. Almirez will continue to attack. Barroso, freight train on the way. Won't go. Puts it to safety. Less than 20 seconds to go. Shot clock is now off. 3 on the way. Short. Kind of unaware with the remaining time. 6 seconds. Can they find something here? Barroso, 2 seconds. He doesn't have enough time to get that bucket to fall. And in the end of it all, the third quarter, IMUS Hoop Lab with a 5-point lead against JL Mini Hoops, 46-41, approaching the last quarter of this game. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether enjoying the moment or simply enjoying the game, just like these dudes are, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Yan ang mga tropahan na pinapayagan na, nandyan sa tabi ng bench nila. So, still, solid sign, showing of support. Ruto back in action, iiwan kay Almirez, na iniwan na naman! What a find!
Also, Adrian Santagiel on the receiving end of that one.
There was also a find mula sa JL Mini Hoops as Mendoza locks on his 10th point in the game. Pero mabilisan ang pacing ng laro natin as Coloma gets another.
I'm surprised na ngayon bumilis yung action no? Kung kailan fourth quarter na. Both teams sensing, we are seeing some sense of urgency from these two teams.
Well, obviously, it is better late than never. But Almirez caught for a foul, and that's just plain old defense working into action. And this is, again, the advantage nitong si Almirez na pwede niya talagang i-commit dahil wala si Locandwala sa loob who is suffering still with foul trouble. Uto gives it to a friend. That friend overcooks it. Almirez there to retrieve possession, and that's an offensive foul.
Pag-ikot niya, mayroong chicken wing. Okay lang yung shoulder mo yung gamitin mo.
May lumabas,
Create
no?
ng separation, pero kung may injection na kasama.
Sabi nga sa isang meme, di ba? Bakit mo nilalabas yung siko mo? Pero ito na. Play action still continues. At mukhang nandun na naman. Sa numero 4, Werner. Puts up a point through. Lands it in. Gets an extra possession. At nakikipagpalitan sila ng buckets dito, courtesy of Nino Garcia.
On the side of JL Mini Hoops, you cannot afford to trade baskets. You have to make stops. Nakaka-convert ka naman eh. Kailangan mo na lang muna tumipensa.
It should happen somewhere around here. No, they could get it across. Oh no. Blunder. Another one blunders over the last 20 seconds. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. What a pass. Patungo kay Lauzon, finally clearing it all up.
It's Jello Lugo on the side of JL Mini Hoops. Touch passing. Para hindi na makahabol pa yung depensa.
Lauzon with 12, JL within 6. Last 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this game so far. Leading to a turnover. I'm already looking at the coach. Napakamot sa hindi makate si coach. Pero ito na. 3. Resulted to an error. There was Lindo. Hasn't had a hold on it yet.
He was too deep. Pwedeng ibabasa na one bump, tapos reverse.
This is still anyone's ball game, but IMUS Hoop Lab has a better chance of getting it. Mendoza shoots, doesn't score just yet. Trying to save for possession, but that's a fresh 14 for JL once again. So yung JL, Charles, hindi sila nakaka-rebound masyado, no? But they're getting these extra chances just by hustle alone.
Yung tapik-tapik, yung full court defense nila.
Kaya na naman, almost. Ruto challenges the defense.
Huli.
And that's an offensive foul. Using the fence in a battlefield, fending off other opponents.
swung his left arm para hindi masupalpal.
Well, they gotta be out of there. Still safe. Tosses it over to Milan. Getting a double screen. That is completely read by Coloma. 3-on-1 fast break. Still a valiant effort. And that ball goes to the other side.
Pwede na sanang hindi kinuha ni Ruto yon. Kasi tumama naman sa paa ng isang JL Mini hoops player.
Or pwede sanang hindi niya na pinasa yun. I don't know. There's a lot of possible complications and solutions to
At
what
this
has happened.
age, isa rin sa mga factors na hindi pa ganun ka, how do I say it, polished sa laro nila. It's the decision making.
It's a good thing that Almirez was there to pick up the pieces in this last possession that they've had. A three on their way. That's in para kay Milan.
Cutting the lead down to just 3 points. Was from the right wing, hand down, man down, may onting separation, just a bit of daylight, that was all he needed.
And another turnover. 2-on-1 fast break. It's Milan, 5 straight points to cut the lead down to 1.
Like you said, hindi ganun kagaling etong JL Mini Hoops in terms of the rebounding department. Pero yung depensa naman nila half court and full court, accurate.
Ruto tosses it over. He was waiting for the pass all along, and a three happens for Salenga.
How could he be that wide open?
Meron yatang isa. Nakakababa pa lang kanina. There's some kicking involved. I'm not quite sure. But the ball possession will be going back patungo sa IMUS Hoop Lab, who currently leads by 4. Now here it goes. Last 4 minutes of action, Charles. You see Lokhandwala, the big guy for JL, entering the battlefield again.
Just about time he enters the floor.
Ruto, iiwan na lang kay Almirez.
Lakad-lakad-wala. Una, sumabay siya pero inalis din agad yung kamay niya.
And that's gonna be another foul awarded against Ruto. At yun yung mga sayang na possessions because you would have loved na at least pahirapan sila, pero si Ruto, siya pa yung naunang ma-foul out sa laban na to.
That's costly. That's costly for IMUS Hoop Lab. Your #1 ball handler taken out the court.
Mayor, had too much time setting up his feet.
He did not have to shuffle his feet.
Kumbaga parang hindi kasi siya satisfied dun sa pwesto niya, but a dribble would have helped.
At saka nagulat din siya na ganun siya kalibre.
Still 4 points separating these two teams. Almost a shot from Salenga, won't go. Oh wait, that was not Salenga. It was Santiaguel. Ball goes out of bounds yet again.
Back-to-back turnovers for these two teams.
Medyo masakit yun para sa JL Mini Hoops kasi konti na lang It's just them putting the stops, pero sila din mismo hindi maka-score. At pag may time na nakaka-score ang IMUS, doon din sila nakaka-score.
If at the end of this ball game at matalo ang JL Mini Hoops, we can't say that they did not have the chances. They did not have a chance against IMUS Hoop Lab.
Goes in para kay Salenga. Giro Salenga hasn't seen a lot of action, pero siya yata ang magic bunot para sa kanyang kupunan. 5 points in the 4th quarter. Very important for him to land on something. They look to proceed yet again. Lakandwala chooses to adjust. Still can get something. Lakandwala, another chance. Still a no-go, and Luzon will be called for a foul.
3 opportunities for JL Mini Hoops for a basket. They just weren't able to convert.
6-point advantage. They look to proceed. Coloma gets it to Almirez. Salenga na naman. Won't go. Fishing for a foul they were. Werner slows down the time with 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. He gives it to a friend. 3. Too strong. Luzon surveying the floor. Now they look to attack. Mendoza just tosses it for a 3. That's in!
Great patience by Mendoza. He had the shot, but he was not that confident. Drove to the middle, kicked it out to a wide open teammate.
Jaden Milan, 8 out of 10 points in the 4th. Salenga comes up short, but nobody home to pick up the offensive rebound.
No one locating Adrian Santiaguel. He was wide open, and great decision na hindi niya na ibaba yung bola, hindi niya na ibaba yung paa niya, parang finalo up na lang.
Just gotta put the trust on your extra possessions. This is a double-double timeout. Five-point lead ang hinahawakan ngayon ng IMUS Hoop Lab. The boys in white looking to secure victory against JL Mini Hoops, who rallied their way para makabalik sa laban na ito. With 1:10 to go. 2-possession ball game. That was not the best pass available. That hurts their chances even more without even wasting any clock. Nino Garcia turns it over. Now here's Werner. Going out and about. Salenga. Ball rolls off. Lakandwala will be tossing it to a friend. They give it. Oh! That's gonna be a traveling violation still. But there's an impact on the fall na nanggaling sa ilan sa mga members ng JL Mini Hoops. That was Mendoza and Almirez. Collision right at the baseline. Unfortunately for JL Mini Hoops and for Mendoza, that's a turnover due to a traveling violation. 50 seconds remain. Santaguel demands to slow it down. Werner, baseline. Santaguel, 3. In and out. They still get an extra rebound. They're gonna slow the tempo of this now. 5 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Thought about it. And Werner, dagger! Wayne Werner! might have just put the icing on the cake. IMUS Hoop Lab getting a bucket to fall. What a shot. What a moment. This is another timeout. IMUS Hoop Lab, led by Wayne Werner, has managed to get the best case scenario for each and every one of them. JL Mini Hoops down to the last possession, just like what you said, Charles. They've had every single chance of fighting back and getting back into this game. But it seems like there's a lid on the floor. Salenga misses on that. And with 2 seconds remaining, it seems like it is inevitable. The win goes to the white shirts. The win goes to IMUS Hoop Lab, and they take care of business here at the Divine Light Academy.
Shots weren't falling. They could not get those defensive stops. It was a close ball game. Again, noong midpoint ng ating fourth quarter, we talked about it. They cannot afford to trade baskets. They have to make stops and they have to convert.
And in the end, IMUS entrusted themselves with a closer. That closer landed the final three to put the finishing touches on this game.
63-55 is our final score. Congratulations, IMUS Hoops Lab. Although nawala yung kanilang best ball handler in Ruto, nandoon pa rin yung kanilang composure as a team and yung individual performance, especially from a couple of guys, namely Adrian Santiaguel, John Mark Colomia, who's hit a couple of three-pointers, and of course, ating Chef's Magic best player of the game, si Wayne Wimmer. Maya-maya makakasama siya ni Hans. Of course, they're very, very happy for this win. Kasama pa nga yung buong team, no? Again, 63-55 is a scored 8-point win for Hoops Lab IMUS City. Kasama ni Hans ngayon ang ating Chef's Magic best player of the game.
Maraming salamat sa ating panel. Kasama natin ngayon ang best player of the game, Wayne Werner with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. Wayne, medyo naging dikit yung laban nyo all throughout the first 3 until you finished them with a 3-pointer na nagselyo ng laban nyo. What was going through your minds nung medyo dikit yung laban? How do you keep motivating your team?
Ano lang po, sinunod lang po namin yung mga payo ni Coach po. Sabi na po na sipagan lang po namin hanggang matapos ipulin yung laro.
And right from the start, Wayne, things were not going your way, pero gana pa rin naman kayo all throughout. Ano yung mga pinapaalala sa inyo ng coach ninyo to make this win possible, lalo na nung mga huling stretch ng laban?
Ano po, sabi po sa amin ni Coach, sipagan lang po namin sa depensa kasi doon po manggagaling yung opensa namin.
Seems like this is very valuable advice. Alam mo, nakatingin ako sa coach mo kanina at parang nagpapa-shoutout siya. Bukod sa kanya, sino pa mga gusto mo i-shoutout?
Shoutout po sa papa ko, sa mga magulang ko po, sa mga kaibigan ko po sa Prima. Tapos shoutout po sa Royal Air. Pati kay Coach Jan. Pati sa Hoop Lab, shoutout po! Peace up!
Maraming salamat kay Wayne Werner. This is IMUS Hoop Lab. That is gonna be another victory. Magbabalik ang Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan